Good Monday to you, everybody in COM 651/751. Welcome to week 2. Boom. How is everybody doing? You settling in after week 1? Let me, get the juice on board much better. Okay, that is more like it. I am now your sufficiently caffeinated communications instructor. Welcome to the second week. Excuse me. Of COM 651/751, depending on, whether you're a master's or a doctoral student. Okay. 8-week course, so things move along quickly. In this video, and you'll get 2 videos from me, at least 2 videos from me each week. Those of you who haven't had me before, one of the videos, I'll talk about what we're doing in the coming week, that is week 2. And then the other video, I'll review what you did in the previous week, and that will be week 1. Okay, so for this video, let me talk to you a little bit about week 2. Okay. We are making our way through the only textbook that I asked you to get. That is the Hayes et al. A-L for alias, meaning everybody else. Okay. Public relations cases. All right. And then throughout the semester, I'm going to give you actual cases, actual events for you to construct your dialogues around. Now, this class is a little bit different than some of the classes you may have had Blackboard, in that there are not discussion questions, just answer this question about the reading, answer that question about the readings per week. Rather, there are larger assignments per week. Okay. Excuse me. If you're just getting, you're still getting used to Canvas. Some of you may have used Canvas as undergraduates. Some of you not. It's okay. Send and ask me questions. Although what I would ask that you do for your own sake, spend a little time digging around. Google is your friend. And in this case, how do you do fill in the blank with Canvas? YouTube is really your friend. All right. So a number of you have emailed me saying, hey, I don't understand this and I don't understand that. How do I get to that? I'll try my best to get to all your answers, but my recommendation is first go to YouTube and just type in the question, and there's probably a video somewhere. Okay. But anyway, so for each week in Canvas, what you should do is come in and check the announcements. I'll put up an announcement at the beginning of the week, and then go to the modules. All right. Modules are the equivalent of course content in Blackboard. Okay, so for week 2 modules, or for any week, I'm going to give you an overview. This is what we're going to be doing through this week. And then if you go to learning materials, I'm going to tell you, this is what you should be reading. Okay. And then I'll tell you where to go in the assignments for the week. And it's usually to the discussion boards. That's where the majority of the points that you're going to get in this class, I should say the points week by week, because the majority of the points comes from your semester project, which I'll get to here in just a second. But week by week that, you'll be assigned. So if you go to the discussion link, and all these links are the ones on the left, if you take a look at the discussions for week 2, all right, this week we're looking at target audiences and how to reach them. What do we mean by controlled and uncontrolled media? All of which will be discussed for this week in Hayes et al. Okay, here's what I want you to do. All right. I want you to take a look at the Robb Elementary School case that is in Uvalde, Texas. This is where they had the shooting. I think it was last May of 2022. Okay, very unfortunate. The community has decided to demolish the school. Okay, so if you were managing the public relations campaign for Uvalde, Texas, and you had to announce that, the decision has been made to knock down the school, all right, who would this message have to go to? Okay. How might they best be reached? Why and how would you justify knocking down the school? What kind of questions do you think will come up in the minds of the target audiences, the key audiences, when you inform them that this school is going to be flattened out? I mean, there were some obvious ones like, oh, hey, where's my kid going to be going to school? Or what's going to be on the site? Will it be a memorial? Or will it be like Sandy Hook? Will it be another school? All right. And then I want you to identify of media, and you'll read about this in Hayes. So I'm not going to go into it here till you read about it. We'll talk about it next week when we review this week. What uncontrolled and controlled media would you recommend that the city use or be aware of, be cautious of by others as you help them craft this message and help them craft where it's going to go out? All right. So there's a lot of latitude in here for you to move around, for you to craft these. And I want, somewhere around 300 to 400 words at least. And then I want you to be responding to your classmates. There's a lot of latitude for you to move around. Now, after this week, next week, I'm going to add sort of an additional layer. I'm going to ask you to start running your material through the Fleisch-Kincaid readability checker, and we're going to get it down to a certain level. This is also very common when you're issuing information to the public. All right, you need to make sure that how you're writing, what you're writing is clear and comprehensive and comprehensible to them. Okay, so if you're, you might pull up these prompts in the discussions, and the way Canvas works is when I put something in discussion, it immediately cross lists it over into assignments. So if you go into assignments, you'll see the same thing. Okay, so there's a lot of latitude for you to decide how you approach this. If I were you, hint, wink, I would carefully follow the recommendations and the examples given in Hayes et al., because that's the point of the book. All right. So you had one for last week. Excuse me. Typically, now you need to have these in before the end of the week, and that is, on midnight by 11:59 Eastern Daylight Time, a standard time. It's not daylight yet. No, it's just still daylight. Excuse me. We're going to fall back. Yeah, I guess I get those confused. Okay, that's when the assignments are due. All right, so I start grading them about Tuesday morning. All right, so make sure that you have your assignments in, and make sure that you've responded to your classmates. And this is already coming up, not in this class, but in others, that people are not posting their material in time for other people to be responding. Don't be one of those folks. Get your stuff up, get your stuff written, read through it, write it well, and get it up on Canvas so other people can read it and comment. Okay, because if everybody's waiting till like 11:45 at night, nobody's going to be able to respond to anything. Okay, so that's a no bueno. Don't be that person. Okay, so that's coming up for this week. For last week, thank you so much for taking the participation quiz. The sort of the little secret behind this participation quiz is it really only counts for participation. You get the points, because to put something up in Canvas, I have to assign a minimum point value to it. Or it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? But we're required by federal regulation to make sure, where online courses are concerned, that everybody's participating, because there are people that sign up and then take federal money and they don't participate, or there are people that aren't really people that register and then take federal money. I know there's none of that going on at Regent. And one person messes it up, and that's why the rest of us can't have nice things. all of that kind of stuff. But as a university, we're required by federal law to demonstrate participation in the first week. And if you don't take the quiz, what happens is now they turn you over to the registrar's office and start de-enrolling you. I mean, it's pretty harsh. It's like, wait, what? Okay. So you want to make sure that you do that. Okay. Then and everybody did, and you got that done. Okay. And then finally, because it's an 8-week class and because things move along really fast, you should have already met with your respective group for the collaborative campaign, the semester project. There is an assignment, a portion of that due at the end of this week. If what I'm saying to you right now sounds like, what? You need immediately to go to the assignments tab in Canvas and pull up the sheet that says collaborative campaign project. All right, pull up the PDF and start reading this. I've put all of you into 3 groups. You need to be working together as a group, okay? And there are 4 major phases to this, and then the final bit. The first one is your research phase. The second one is your establishing your goals and your objective phase. The third one is your campaign program phase. And then finally, the 4th phase is your plan for evaluation of effectiveness in the campaign. The paper for the research phase is due on September the 3rd, which, where's my calendar? That's this next Sunday, okay? Sunday. And each of these, has a point value established to them. And then, I don't like all of the points being placed on one paper or one project at the very end. It's sort of a roll of the dice, and everything gets put on that. You either do it well or there goes your grade. All right. So each of these 4 steps have 100 points attached to them. So this first one will have 100 points. As well, will the week by week assignments have 100 points. And that's just an easy scale. All right, so I will start reading your responses this week and assigning grades to that. Okay. All right, so that about does it for this week. Continue to read Hayes et al. Make sure that you're meeting with your groups. Make sure that you have that semester, that campaign semester project sheet, and you know who you're with. And you might elect sort of a head. Who's going to take point on giving us the heads up and keeping track of dates. And the beauty about this course, at least I think so, because I designed it, is it is as close to a real life exercise as I think I can get for you. Whatever project management, group management software you want to use, hats off. You want to use Monday, you want to use Slack, you want to use just a Google Sheet, you want to use Canvas, all up to you. But you should be meeting together as a group, deciding on how you're going to approach this project to promote this online library. You'll read about that in the description. And who is going to be leading up the team. Okay. All right. That's all that I have for this week. I will see you on Canvas as I grade your week 1 assignment. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me. For those of you who know me, I think about you, I pray about you often, and I hope and pray you have a great, great week. See you on Canvas. God bless.